Picture this, you walk into a room. It could be a job interview, a first date, or even a casual social gathering. Dozens of eyes scan you, but one pair lingers. In that instant, before you've spoken a single word, before you've had the chance to show who you really are, judgment is already passed. 7 seconds, that's all it takes. In 7 seconds, the stranger across from you will decide whether you're trustworthy or suspicious, confident or insecure, magnetic or forgettable. 7 seconds. And once that judgment is formed, it hardens like cement. Every word you say afterward is filtered through the impression already burned into their mind. You may think you're in control of how people see you, but science says otherwise. Most of what we call first impressions happen unconsciously. The brain, desperate to make sense of the world, takes shortcuts. It scans your posture, your face, your eyes, your clothes, your movements, and in less time than a heartbeat, it makes a decision about you. That decision can open doors or slam them shut forever. And here's the truth most people don't realize. You're not just making impressions, you're trapped inside them. Every time you meet someone new, you're stepping into a game you didn't know was being played. And unless you understand the rules, you've already lost before you've even begun. Let me tell you a story. A man walks into an interview. His suit is neat, but his shoulders sag just slightly. His smile flickers nervously. He avoids eye contact for a second too long. The hiring manager, without even realizing it, labels him uncertain, lacking confidence. Throughout the interview, the man gives intelligent answers, detailed examples, well-prepared insights. But none of it matters. The impression was sealed in those first moments, and everything he says afterward is filtered through the lens of doubt. He doesn't get the job. Now rewind. Same man, same suit, same words. But this time, he walks in with his chest open, shoulders back, eyes meeting eyes with calm steadiness. His handshake is firm, his smile anchored. The hiring manager feels something instantly: competence, confidence, presence, and suddenly every word the man speaks is interpreted differently. He seems smart, capable, trustworthy. He gets the job. Same man, same skills, same answers. The difference was those 7 seconds. Think about that. Your future, your opportunities, your relationships, they can all rise or fall based on the first breath you take in someone's presence. Scary? Yes, but also empowering. Because if you can learn to control those 7 seconds, you can tilt the world in your favor. Psychologists call this thin slicing. It's the brain's ability to make lightning-fast judgments from very little data. And here's what research shows. Those judgments are often sticky. Once someone sees you as confident, they'll keep interpreting your actions as confident even if you stumble. Once they see you as nervous, you'll fight uphill to prove otherwise. But here's the twist. You don't need years of practice to master first impressions. Small adjustments, tiny, almost invisible, can shift everything. The first is posture. Humans are animals, and posture screams louder than words. Stand tall, chest open, shoulders relaxed but firm. This signals dominance and confidence without arrogance. The second is eye contact. Too little, and you seem evasive. Too much, and you seem aggressive. The balance? Hold eye contact just long enough to connect, then let it flow naturally. Think of it like a dance, gentle, fluid, never forced. The third is your face. Neuroscientists discovered something fascinating. People form instant judgments based on microexpressions, tiny flashes of emotion that last less than a second. If your face reveals tension, fear, or arrogance, people feel it before you speak. But a relaxed, genuine smile, a smile that reaches your eyes, creates warmth that lingers. And the fourth is your voice. The human voice carries hidden signals. A calm, steady tone signals authority. A rushed, high-pitched tone signals insecurity. You don't need to sound like a movie trailer voiceover. You just need to slow down, breathe, and let your words land with weight. But let's dig deeper, because first impressions aren't just about others, they're about you. When you present yourself with strength, something strange happens inside your own mind. Psychologists Amy Cuddy and Dana Carney discovered something called power posing. When subjects stood in confident, expansive poses for just 2 minutes, their hormone levels shifted. Testosterone rose, cortisol dropped. They felt more powerful. And when they entered stressful situations afterward, they performed better, not because others judged them differently, but because they judged themselves differently. That's the real secret. First impressions are not only what others see, they're also what you radiate from within. And when the inside and outside align, people can feel it. Let me paint another scene. A young woman walks into a crowded networking event. She's nervous, heart pounding. She tells herself, "I don't belong here." Her body reflects her thought. Shoulders hunched, eyes darting, hands fidgeting. People glance at her and unconsciously sense insecurity. They avoid engaging. She leaves the event feeling invisible. Now picture her again, but this time before entering the room, she takes 2 minutes. She straightens her spine, breathes deeply, holds her head high. She tells herself, "I am worth knowing." She walks in slowly, deliberately. She smiles with her eyes, and in those 7 seconds, people around her sense confidence. They approach her. Conversations begin, opportunities unfold. Nothing changed except her control of the first impression. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The world isn't always fair. You may be brilliant, kind, capable, but if you fail those first 7 seconds, people may never give you the chance to prove it. That's not fair, but it's reality. And reality is not something to complain about, it's something to master. Now you might be asking, but how do I stay authentic? I don't want to fake confidence. And that's the beauty of it. You don't have to fake. You already have confidence inside you. Think of a time when you felt powerful, when you succeeded, when someone believed in you, when you surprised yourself. That energy still lives in your body. First impressions are about accessing it, bringing it forward, letting the world see it. And here's one more truth that most people never hear. First impressions don't end at 7 seconds. They begin there, but they ripple. People are constantly updating their judgment. The key is to win the opening moment, then reinforce it. If you start strong, you'll be forgiven for mistakes. If you start weak, you'll be forced to climb uphill. So what do you do with this knowledge? You practice. The next time you walk into a room, remember, the movie is already playing. People are already watching. What role do you want to play? The hesitant background character or the lead? Stand tall, make eye contact, smile with warmth. Let your voice carry steady. In those seconds, you set the frame. And once the frame is set, everything else fits inside it. Because here's the ultimate paradox. First impressions may take only 7 seconds, but they can last 7 years. People rarely revise them, which means every person you meet is a doorway, and whether that door opens or closes depends on how you walk through it. So now I'll ask you, what doors have closed on you because of a weak first impression? What opportunities slipped away because someone misread you? And more importantly, what doors will open when you master this? Your future boss, your future partner, your allies, your mentors, your friends, they're all waiting to meet you, but they'll decide who you are in 7 seconds. Don't let those seconds slip away. Own them, shape them, command them, because if you don't, someone else's judgment will. Now here's your call to action. Within the next 24 hours, test this. Before your next meeting, your next date, your next introduction, pause, breathe, set your body, your eyes, your smile, your voice. Walk in with the presence of someone who belongs. Watch how the world reacts. Then come back and share your story. Because when you see how fast people shift towards you, how doors open where they once closed, you'll understand something life-changing. You're not at the mercy of first impressions. You are their master. And once you realize that, 7 seconds will never control you again.